Hey, what's up guys? Triple C here. I'm Joseph.
I'm Justin.
And welcome back to the Justin and Joseph Show. Woohoo!
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Justin and Joseph Show.
We forgot to pay the bills. Not again. Woo! Today's episode, we're going to be talking about...
What's going on with Lotus?
No, not Lotus. Why? I hate Lotus anyway. No, I'm just kidding.
Lotus.
What are you doing?
The brand that was started by Colin Chapman. That's what we're going to be talking about today. The brand that really created this whole lightness is, a very big deal. A lot of cars weren't really light in the past, and Lotus, well, they always said that was the most important thing to them was lightness. So, what are they doing now? They're going on electric right now? That's the problem. In my opinion, and of course this is a speculative show, doesn't mean my opinion is correct, but I definitely think they should wait to go electric. Electric batteries right now are really big.
Very heavy.
Yeah.
Especially with Tesla's new, just as a quick throw in there, Tesla's got a new 1,200 kilometer range battery, which is a lot heavier than the standard battery that comes in a regular Tesla. So, but in general, just the fact of that, the batteries are going to have to get heavier, or the cars are going to have to be more energy efficient to have less weighted batteries in them. So that's where most of the weight is in the batteries. Everything else you can pretty much build a super small, super thin frame off of a chassis with a giant battery in it. But again, almost 90% of the weight is the battery itself.
Well, I think they should definitely wait for this, and it's going to escape my mind, but there's a new generation of batteries that are on the way. Solid-state batteries. That's what they're called. The EV people probably just perked up right now because that's a word they really like, and everyone's looking forward to it. And it does sound cool. I think it's really going to make electric vehicles pretty damn popular and usable at the same time. I feel like as great as electric is, its weight advantages, especially when it comes to... This is coming from someone that doesn't like race electric cars. Someone could shoot me down in the comments and say, well, I think it does better on the racetrack, which is fine. But when we're talking about the company that created weight, or weight savings... Weight
reduction.
Yeah. It makes not too much sense. And I get to jump on the bandwagon right now, and, start off, be one of the first early adopters, sports car adopters to join electric. But... And I have no problem with them saying that they're saying goodbye to gas.
I don't know, even
synthetic fuels.
Interesting.
Which I don't
less
think
emissions.
I don't think we. Yeah, mainly no emissions.
Yeah, because that's the big. That's also the sub reason why we're all going electric is because of all the emissions issues.
And I think we should do one on
emissions as well.
I feel like, yeah, definitely emissions, but I don't think we did one on synthetic fuels. We have to probably see if we can do those if we haven't done it already. But there's a few other brands like Porsche as well, BMW. They're looking into that. Now, could Lotus look into that? Yeah, but Lotus is a smaller company, so I don't really see them doing that. That takes a lot of engineering. It'd be nice if everyone kind of banded together as one giant union to try and come up with that, but I don't see that happening either. So I think Lotus is just going with the flow now. The only problem is I think they're starting to forget their past. They're doing it in the sense because they want to start being profitable, which is understandable. Lotus has had a lot of financial issues over its lifetime, so it makes a lot of sense to kind of make it a sustainable company going forward. But I think Geely, that's the company that owns them now, which they also own Volvo. They're trying to push for profitability for a brand that they own, of course. But I think that they should really think about what they're doing before they start doing it, because Lotus is built on lightness. And I know there's many different ways you could milk, the lightness aspect out of it. But on top of it, you're also planning on doing an SUV, which I get it, trying to be profitable. But you also own Volvo. So I don't know how much sense it would make to just keep, like diversifying the brand. There's only so far you can go.
I mean, to continue off of that, it's just, I guess you said Geely?
Geely.
So I guess what I'm hearing, based on this, because I'm not 100% on this whole situation with Lotus, what I'm getting really mainly from here is the fact that, again, the Geely is trying to go with the times, go with the flow, of course, to gain real reputation back is what I'm hearing. Because Ferrari has an SUV, Lamborghini has an SUV. Well, Lotus has got to have an SUV. Porsche already has an SUV. It was the Cayenne. They already had that one for a while. But still, the fact that all these sports car brands have, how can I forget BMW being a sports car brand with an SUV? A lot of the sports car brands in Europe really already have an SUV, and for Lotus not to have one, I understand that. But the issue is, who's gonna buy them? Ferrari with their Ferraris, what is it? The Tribute? Not Tribute.
No, Purasane.
Purasane. I thought it was I heard a concept name of it being Tribute or with a T in it or something. But with Ferrari having their new SUV coming out, and the fact that the Lamborghini already has one, if we look at sales numbers, they're not overly that large because there's not a lot of rich people with families that they need an SUV for. They're probably buying them and just sitting them in their garage. The sales, I guess you could say that the sales, they have the sales, but they're not really usable. They just sit there. They're just pieces of artwork, really. But again, I guess that kind of makes sense. It does help a little bit with the numbers of sales. But again, the fact that the usability of these ones, are just, it's not there. I feel personally that Lotus is probably going to have a little bit of an issue with that situation. They're going to put a lot of money into an SUV that already is kind of in a state. Just SUVs in general are kind of in a state of I guess equilibrium, really, where everything is kind of everything's we're kind of getting there, and to a fact where we're just going to flatline, and the sales are going to be very, very similar throughout the rest of the year, or even just throughout its lifetime. Of course, SUVs were very big last year because of families and how cost effective how costless they really are, and gas mileage and so on and so forth. But that's not the point there. But I think it's starting to flatline into a very more of a, do I really need an SUV? I can go and get a work truck again. That was like a thing a couple of years ago where pickup trucks were a huge thing. And that may be coming back. I'm not 100% about that. But the fact is, Lotus is kind of gripping on for dear life, and just like Justin says, not even just going off of the fact of their back to their roots. I mean, yeah, really back to their roots. They're pretty much forgetting their roots at this point and just saying, hey, let's go with the flow and see what happens. I hate to say it. I feel that if I hate to say it, but I feel like there's a chance that Lotus may actually be discontinued completely because of all these really meticulous decisions that they're making. Going back to what Justin said, which was the electric, and even just an SUV in general. So,
I think Lotus should wait.
Agreed.
I'm not
Very
saying
much.
they shouldn't go electric.
Watch the trends.
Yeah.
Watch them.
I think that once solid-state batteries come out, I think that then they should do it. Because the problem is that now this, the Avaya, which is an electric car they have put out already, this car is going to look kind of old in the future and going forward. Now, it looks really nice, but on paper with the whole, it has this big battery, it's not exactly light. It's four-wheeled independent motor drive. These are things that look good now, but when you really think about it, they're degrading the brand slightly, I feel. And I like Lotus. There's a lot of Lotuses I like. The Evora I like the
Esprit.
Elise. I like the Exige the most, and the Esprit. There's a few other ones like the Europa's pretty cool.
Europa is that's a new one. That's nice.
It's a cool one. It's from the 70s, Joe. It's not new.
Oh,
Joe doesn't know too much about.
Oh, I'm sorry. I switched up the two of them, the Evora and the Europa.
You're good.
Yeah, sorry about that.
But yeah. So I think that's the way they're going. I'm hoping things will get better with Lotus, and I think they will when it gets fully electric. This time period we're in is one of those things where it's just the way it is now. This isn't going to affect anything in the future. I know Joe is saying they might get discontinued. I don't think they will.
Yeah, I agree.
Because now they have money coming in at least. But I'm definitely thinking the purists aren't going to like it. But like me, I'm a purist to Lotus. Does this mean that I hate the direction they're going entirely? No. I think they have the right idea. It's just the wrong execution. And the SUV as well. I think that they should definitely, if they're going to do an SUV, they should wait until solid-state batteries come out. If they're going to do an electric-only version, if they do a gas version,
maybe.
Then you can at least make the gas engine lighter, the same way Lotus usually does things. But with a electric, like a fully electric SUV, I think that you should wait. And I'm hoping they do that. So, because I love Lotus, I want to see them exist. I like Geely. I like what they did with Volvo. They did a good job turning Volvo around. Volvo was kind of making, all right stuff, and then Geely came out with I love the new Volvo design language. It's really nice.
New Volvo was nice.
And I actually liked a lot of the Geely sells some cars, not in the U.S. sadly, but they look pretty cool looking. I gotta say, I've seen some of your stuff. So Geely, if you're watching, I like your stuff. So you guys have definitely got some good stuff. You got some good ideas and some good people working over there. But I'm hoping that
just watch the trends is what we're really getting at. That's definitely that's really the underlying message here is watch the trends. Trends will make sense when they get there. Is it good, as we just said, is it a good time for Lotus to go electric? Is it a good time for anything to make an SUV? It's all about timing, and I know it's kind of tough for some people to really read the trends. So, but yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, so
hope you guys did enjoy this. Something different.
Yeah.
We're back to talking about brands again. So
if you guys want us to do any other brands, just shoot it down in the comment section down below. Tell us, hey, can you do a J&J show on the direction of Citroen, whatever, Boom. But yeah, so I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell notification to tell you guys when we post for any other J&J shows or anything else in general. But with that, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, I already said that already. So if you guys did enjoy this video, I'm Joseph.
And I'm Justin.
And we will triple see you later. Peace guys.